So Russ Parr, welcome to the broadcast. It took you long enough to get here, but it's good seeing you after so many years.
It's good to be with you, man. It's like I'm currently battling COVID.
You have COVID?
But you know what? Yep. I'm on day number 3, and it's been a beast. You know, I don't wish this on anybody. But you know what's amazing is that my wife and I, we wear masks everywhere all the time. And you could take it down for a second and sip something, and this new variant, man.
Let me take a guess.
It'll get you.
Let me take a guess. You're vaccinated.
Yes, I am.
You're boosted.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you can't get it.
Oh, no. You're 60% chance of getting it because you're vaccinated and boosted. How about that?
Well, I think that those odds, I'm not sure if that's been proven, but I will.
Well, it's proven with you right now because you probably have every booster shot necessary.
But it's not proven as far as in the scientific sense. I haven't read anything that said that. I mean, that might be some right-wing talking points, but
what does it feel like? Is it really taking you out of things? Are you really struggling?
The first day, it's like a little man is inside your head with a sledgehammer going bang, bang, bang all day. And you can take Tylenol, Motrin, whatever. It doesn't help.
And and you still found time to honor your word today to come on the show.
Well, I got to be here for my boy. I got to be here to give you crap if I can. But
I got to be nice to you today because you know that you're best. So I got to pull back.
Don't be nice because I'm not. I'm not going to be nice.
So you and I have this thing every Friday on What's the Point every week. Mm-hmm. Talk about that. Talk about it.
Well, for a long time I've had Armstrong on my morning show, and he's on the right, I'm on the left, and we have some very spirited debates. And I'm sitting around with my crew, and they're like, you know what? You got to have Armstrong on every week. And we call it, what's your point? Because usually what I wind up doing with Armstrong, I have to ask him, what's your point? Because he strays off in the stratosphere and try to, cater to his base, his minions out there. And he'll say something just outrageous. And then I ask him, what's your point? But no, it's a show that comes on Fridays around 8:50 every morning, every Friday morning. And it's an opportunity for us, because we're not a monolithic group. Black folks aren't monolithic. We all have different points of view. I don't agree with half the stuff Armstrong says. Surprisingly, there's some things that I do agree with him. And that's rare. And I never tell him on the air. I wait until we're off the air, so he doesn't realize that, hey, man, I do agree with you. But no, I think it's fun to hear two points of view, and especially with things that deal with, social issues and things around our community.
Why am I your favorite Republican? I'm sorry, I got to ask these questions. He says it all the time, and when I'm out around the country.
You're my favorite Republican because me and you can have a really heated, spirited debate, and you don't walk away mad.
Of course not.
That doesn't happen with everybody, But with you, you're a professional. You're a journalist. I respect the things and the contributions that you've made to so many people in this business. And I would never minimize your point of view. And you're my favorite Republican because you're clear. You don't care about whose feelings you're going to hurt with your opinion. And even sometimes if it goes against the grain of the people that share your ideology, you don't care. If it's right is right, wrong is wrong. That's why you're on the right side.
Well, I appreciate that. I have a few notes here because we got to get serious here for a minute. Listen, I have mad respect for Russ Parr. He's in over 45 cities, one of the most popular talk show hosts on the planet. People love him. And how do I know? I don't care where I go. Even if people don't know my face, they hear my voice. They said, you're that guy on Russ Parr? I say yes. So it's long overdue for Russ Parr and I to have this moment. In San Francisco, Russ, they're recommending giving $5 million to all its black residents because of reparations. Is this physically realistic to get people up in arms believing that they're going to get a pot, they're going to share $5 million? Come on.
$5 million is a slap in the face. I'd rather not see any reparations if you're going to give $5 million. That's just a little Band-Aid. I think it's important that we acknowledge the issues that we've dealt with and hold people accountable. And whether that's going to be done with money or just come out and say, hey, we were wrong and we'll do better next time. Need something. We've given reparations to other groups of people, but $5 million, that reminds me of the settlement the NFL did with the Players Union, with CTE. It's just a slap in the face. That's nothing. And people lining up to get a piece of that $5 million, and when you get a check for 75 cents, you're going to go, what was the purpose? Shouldn't be about the money. It should be about acknowledging the wrongs that have been done and perpetrated against the people of color in this country for a long time.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot has fired 9 challengers, but yet she had to admit this week that her office asked teachers in the Chicago public school system to encourage young people to volunteer for her campaign, and as compensation, they would get credit. I
don't agree with that. That's ridiculous because I believe there's a separation church and state. I remember when my kids were very young and they went to a Christian school, and the teacher said, we want all of you to pray for George Bush to get reelected. I was at that school the next day because, listen, I don't mind if that's your beliefs, but don't push that on my kids at the school that I pay for them to go to. And I understand that people in the evangelical community and so on and so forth are pretty conservative by nature, but don't force that on me. You don't get mad when I disagree with you because I just think you're full of crap, but I think what the mayor has done there is over the line, and I think that there'll be repercussions. Hopefully she'll be held accountable for it because I'm all about accountability.
I just heard the Republican leadership say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Let us not write off Donald Trump as being the nominee for the 2024 Republican Party in the presidential election. And I said, have they gone mad? I mean, what am I missing?
You're trying to cater to a small group of people. I think he's unelectable. I think he has not been held accountable for anything that he has done. You're talking about a guy that ran up our $8 trillion in debt. And then you got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about, I'm not signing anything. Well, first of all, you don't sign anything when you're in Congress. And second of all, and I'm no poli-sci major, but I know the basics. And the basics is that we got a debt that we have to pay back. These are bills that we accrued. These are bills that Trump spent on our credit card. And now you're saying, oh, okay, we're going to hold that up. We're not paying our debt. I mean, that's crazy. We're going to have bill collectors calling the United States. Hello, this is Roger. I'm Roger. I'm wondering, can I speak to the president of the United States? You owe us money. It's just ridiculous. And look, you don't want to get me started on Trump because...
Well, let me get you started on this. Since you're talking about the debt, and Ms. Yelling just announced, the Treasury Secretary, that we're about to reach our debt ceiling. The Democrats in the House, the Senate, and the White House have been in control for the last 2 years. What do you say to them about this debt ceiling that we're facing?
I have an issue with the Democratic Party because I do think that some members of the party are feckless. I think that some of them don't have the kahunas to stand up and speak out because they're concerned about their own vulnerability. They're concerned about being reelected. That's what the problem with most of the politicians that we have up on Capitol Hill. They're putting their electability ahead of the people that they're representing. We got people voting against, things that will serve their community because they're only thinking about, well, what is research saying? What is the latest poll? We got people governing by polls. That is ridiculous. And it happens on both parties. I mean, we can sit up and, you can say that Democrats bad, Republicans good, vice versa. But the problem that we have is that we got so many people that have idolized this president who, if you're a conservative, that stands for fiscal conservatism. That means you guys don't spend money. You figure ways to cut money, okay? This guy did $8 trillion in 4 years, and you guys said nothing. So you can sit up and say, okay, the inaction amongst the Democrats. What about the inactions of the true fiscal conservatives like yourself? Why didn't you guys speak out? I know you did. You've said it a couple of times on my show. But the people that are up there making a difference, said nothing. Zero. Cricket. Silence.
But can't we accuse both parties of the same? Are they not just the same?
They are, in a way. They just have different ideology, but how they go about it is the same process.
You know, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, was on the border recently. And when he returned, he said to President Biden, man, this is not a Republican or Democratic issue. You got to do something about this issue. We're in a crisis.
Listen, we've had a border issue for 40, 50 years. Every president over the last 40 years has done something or nothing. You know, I thought that, building the wall was the stupidest idea and they're laughing at us. We'll just take a plane over. I mean, that was ridiculous, a colossal waste of money. But, you guys went for it. You voted for it. Oh, yeah, we got to do something. That ain't it. You have a bunch of people that this man has created, little monsters, Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Boeberts, that all they do is cater to 20% of your party. And you think that's going to get you
Russ, that's what the Democrats do. They can cater to 20% of that woke community and then leftist agenda. It's all the same. When you're talking about the Republican Party, you should look in the mirror. You see your party too. It's all the same. What do we do about it?
I talk to Republicans and talking about, the socialism and this and that. Yes, you guys are good at promoting, buzzwords that causes fake outrage.
Oh, it's not fake, baby. It's not fake. But anyhow, you know what?
It's fake outrage. No, it's fake. Well, we can argue about that, but the point that I'm trying to make is you got people talking about, man, all this socialism out here, but don't touch my Social Security. What the hell is Social Security? There's social in that part of those two words.
You know what?
It's socialism.
I am just pleased.
And you want to cut it?
Let me tell you what I'm pleased about. I am so touched that you are suffering for COVID, and I did not even say I wish you a speedy recovery. You're in my prayers. I should have said that because you're my boy, And people need to know that we can disagree, but we don't have to be disagreeable. We can still love, respect, honor, hang out. We should never allow politics and politricks to divide us.
Politricks. Well, we're over the last 6 years, it's just been a country of division. Even before that, because you have Republicans that will take a position, even Democrats that take a position.
Thank you.
On for one thing, and that just hammer it and hammer it and hammer it, and it gets no results for the American people. And that's the issue that I have. The whole system is messed up. I think there should be term limits on everybody less than what they are right now.
Should there be term limits? Should there be term limits?
For president, for senators, for everybody.
Listen, man, and remind our viewers again, every Friday, 8:50 a.m., Russ Parr and I, what's the point? My man's not feeling good today, but he came on the show to love and respect, baby. I appreciate that, Ara Parr. 45 cities across the country. Thank you so much for joining us, Russ.
Thank you, man.
And I hope you get better. We need you, brother. We need you.
Man, I got to hydrate, man.
Hydrate, baby. Do whatever you need to do.
All right.